Hey, Annissa here with Firehouse Education and this week's Ask Annissa video column. And this week I'm coming to you from my home beach, and I thought this was a great location to shoot this video for the question that came in this week. And it's actually a question that was put on Facebook that I want to share with you. And this question was put in, and I hear this so many times from restoration contractors and employees as well as owners, and it is just a really great question that I really wanted to talk about. And this came in from Carl, and he posted this in a Facebook group. So Carl said, all right, personal question. How do you guys shut down or deal with your head when at home or off for the weekend or deal with things? I'm having a really hard time doing this, so much so it's causing problems at home. I'm constantly thinking about work jobs, how to get more jobs, marketing, how to get big contracts, what I have to do for the next 2 weeks. Did I say the right thing to the customer / insurance? Did I miss that on billing? The list goes on and on and on, as I'm sure you all know. I just don't know how to shut it down or quiet it so I can be home when I am home. Carl, that is such a good question, and I know that it's one that a lot of us are challenged with, if you will, in this industry. You know, what we do in the restoration industry is be there for people in difficult times. We're not the, you know, they decided to remodel their kitchen, or they decided to put down, you know, paint a new wall because they just wanted it to look pretty or different. We're the people that get called in when they get a situation or an occurrence forced on them. Now, we are the good guys. We're the, you know, the knight on the white horse that comes riding in and saves the day, but we're still not someone that they wanted to have to call into their home. So it's stressing situations that we deal with for people. That being said, that's why they're calling us in, so that we are the calm, cool, collected one who can come in and relieve their stress and take care of those things for them. If we're stressed, we're not going to be able to relieve their stress or do anything for them. So you really have to figure this out, and it's a little bit different for everybody. What I want to share with you is what I do to de-stress, to leave that stuff outside the house when I come home. So a given pretty much across the board when you're talking about things, Carl, like, you know, thinking of what you got to do for the next 2 weeks. Did I get this on the billing? Did I make this phone call to the adjuster? Did I handle this thing for the homeowner? It is really critical and important that you not keep those kind of details in your head. You have to have systems and procedures in place to handle this, whether you're the only one handling it because you're a one-man show or whether you have employees. And here's why. If you don't have things out of your head, they're just up here, how can you delegate anything? Then all of that pressure and stress falls on you, and you can't enlist others to help you. So having checklists, having systems in place where you can write down to-do lists and notes on a job, things that you need to handle, then you can check them off and mark them with a date once they're completed, is absolutely critical and vital for you to get that kind of stuff out of your head. If you are thinking in your head what you've got coming up for the next 2 weeks and none of that's written down, I'm going to guess you're potentially missing things. You're going to set yourself up for failure, not success. So the first thing I would tell you is come up with a system that works for you. I don't care if it's a software program, if it's an app. I don't care if it is on paper and written. This doesn't have to be fancy. It just needs to come out of here and be written down so that you know that you're going to get these things handled. The other thing is, when our energy's down, it's really hard for us to focus, and it's really hard for us to see the forest for the trees, if you will. So I know you might be thinking, oh, Annissa, this is all easy for you to say because you're not here. Well, I know I'm not in your business, Carl, but I am here. I'm in the industry, and I've been doing this for a long time, and I understand the stresses that are involved and how that can, you know, push in on your family time. I mean, let's face it, some of us work with our family. So then when you go home, are you always talking over the dinner table about the jobs? Or you get a phone phone call on Christmas Eve when you're about to open stockings with your kids and somebody has a huge fire or sewer backup or flood in their home that needs to be handled right then. It can't be put off and wait till tomorrow. So what we got to do is we have to have some of our time that we guard, okay? That we guard it religiously and fiercely, and that time needs to be for ourselves. You have to have downtime. You have to get away from this business. You have to get away from your clients and the job. Otherwise, you're going to be only focused on working in your business and not on your business, which, as we know, is the most powerful thing we can do, is work on our business. So you've got to have some time where you're away. Have an employee or someone else that can take the emergency on calls for a day, 2 days, and don't answer your phone. Stay away from it. Have someone else that can be answering the phone calls if they're client related or adjuster related, so that you don't have to be the one always doing it. And I know this might seem like a big task, a big thing that I'm telling you, but start out small. Maybe it's just one day. I mean, I don't know how stressed things are for you. I don't know if you're working 7 days a week, kind of sounds like it. Start with one day. I mean, heck, start with an afternoon. But then when you get away from it, you shut it off. Shut it off. Don't think about it. Don't talk about it with your wife. She probably doesn't want to hear about it anyway because she's been hearing about it. Make this time off for both of you or your significant other or with your children, and do something that you enjoy and you can immerse yourself in so that you aren't thinking about those other things. And I'm going to share with you what I do. I have several practices that I do on a daily basis. One is I meditate. And meditation can take on all kinds of forms. Here's the two top forms of meditation that I do daily. Number one, I start with morning yoga. It's maybe 4 or 5 minutes, it's not very long, and I do a sun salutation and a couple other stretching poses, warrior pose, breathe power into me, and it just refreshes me and helps me clear my mind. And yes, I'm talking to you guys too. Y'all can do yoga because Kevin does it too, and he loves it, and it works. The other thing is I walk on this beautiful beach, which is why I actually did my filming here today, was I wanted you all to see this. I walk out of my house, it takes me about 4 minutes down my driveway, and then I'm out here on the beach. I kick off my shoes and I walk barefoot in the sand. I listen to the waves crash in, and I literally get lost in just being here. So that's what you need to do. You need to find, and maybe it's not the beach, maybe it's a walk in the forest, maybe you like to ride dirt bikes, maybe you love working on model airplanes. I'm not sure what it is for you that you can get into and engross yourself in and lose yourself in it. Forget about time, not think about jobs. Those are the kind of things that you have to do for yourself. Look, if you don't take care of yourself in this industry, you will burn out big time, and you'll burn out quickly, and you won't be able to serve your clients and give them the kind of experience that you want to give them, being that category of one amazing business that you want to be for your clients. So you got to figure that out, and I can share with you what I do. Maybe if others are watching this video and you come up with ways that you unplug, you get out of your business and just take that free time, then comment below the video and let me know. I'd love to hear what you do. And just listen to what others have to say about that and what they do, and then figure out what works best for you. But seriously, you just start with your day starting 10 minutes, 15 minutes, quiet time. No one else around you. Sit, deep breathe, stretch, do some yoga. Just stand outside in nature for a minute and breathe deeply. Get yourself grounded. Maybe have a ritual or routine that you do each morning and maybe each evening at the end of your workday, where you write things down. Get them out of your head and down on paper or a tablet or on your computer so that you can get them out of your head and stop thinking about them. And then you have got to learn to discipline yourself to put it away for the day. And I know that's not easy. I have a very difficult time with it as well. Kevin and I both, we're always thinking and brainstorming, and yes, the marketing thing goes on and all of that, but you've got to be able to do it. And it doesn't have to be something that's big and crazy. I mean, last year, you might know if you watch some of my other videos, Kevin and I took 203 days off last year. We had all kinds of downtime. We 2 weeks in Costa Rica, 3 in Tahiti, and we went to Fiji for 8 days and Australia for a week, which we were actually teaching classes there, so that sort of doesn't count. But we had lots of free time where we literally had no Wi-Fi, we had no cell phone. In fact, the place we stayed in Fiji, we didn't even have power 12 hours a day. It was shut off because we were on a generator. So we literally had no other option but to unplug completely and just be present where we were. And it was amazing. We came back recharged, rejuvenated, and ready to go. So you've got to find that for yourself. And if that isn't 8 days in Fiji, which I hope it is for you, because by the way, that place was amazing, recommend it to all of you, then maybe it's an hour, maybe it's 15 minutes every morning and at the end of every day where you just collect yourself and regroup. Get your systems in place, get some procedures down so that you can delegate and get this stuff out of your head, and then take that time off. Take time off and just be present with your family. And that doesn't mean your cell phone is on silent but sitting on the table. I mean, don't have your cell phone around at the dinner table, and give your children, your wife, or those in your family that you live with your time. Because when you do that, what you're doing is recharging your battery, then you're going to be able to go out there and help others. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video, and Carl, I really hope that you find this helpful as well. And again, I'd really love to hear from many of you that have this struggle, and maybe what kind of challenges that have come up for you, and what do you do if you've figured out a way to handle those challenges for yourself and take that free time off. Tell me about it. I'd love to hear it. Where did you go last year for free time? How many days did you take off last year that were just free time and just for you, so that you could get out of it and not always be working in your business, but have the energy and the focus so that you can work on your business and create the dream business that you actually want. Okay, on that note, don't you forget, send me questions, Annissa@firehouseeducation.com, and I just might feature your question on next week's Ask Annissa video column. And on that note, I think I'm going to relieve my cameraman and go on one of those meditation silent walks I was telling you about on the beach. Until next time.